Hey guys, so we just brought the feed mixer into the shop here. A little while back I had mentioned we were doing some testing on our TMR, noticing a little bit of inconsistency. There's a little bit of wear on some of the pieces in the mixer that could be affecting it. So we got some parts we want to replace today.
3/4 or 11/16.
Yeah, just check if there's any adjustment to it, if you loosen it, if it slides out at all. One of those on each auger and then one of these right here. These are just in to lift the grain up into the mix. Yeah, they're not that worn. Not as worn as I was hoping that they were. These kind of look like an odd shape, but they're kind of made an odd shape to start. I didn't actually know what they were supposed to quite look like. Just sliding these old plates out a little bit. They still have some wear left on them. Definitely starting to get smooth and get thinner here. Just gonna retighten these bolts now. It's the next day here. We got the hoof trimmer going this morning. He's wrapping up the last few cows. Today we want to work at getting this new bin assembled. Got this a couple weeks ago, and it's going to be for calf feed. We've always bought our calf feed in bags. It's pretty handy to use that way. Decided to go ahead and get a bin. This is a 3.5 ton bin. It's going to save us a decent amount of money being able to buy it bulk, and we'll get it delivered, so it'll be nice for us. We might have to wrap up the hoof trimming and then we'll get started with this. We like to put some sawdust in this alleyway just for bringing cows in for the hoof trimmer, give them better traction. Scoop the clean stuff, dump it in the pack there, and we'll get rid of this little bit of messy stuff. Got everything cleaned up, cows are sorted again. I got the directions here, getting everything laid out. It'll end up being about 15 feet tall once it's done, but we can assemble a bunch of it now and then add the top piece on outside. We got two of the sides put together. Now we just have to stand them up, connect all the rest of the braces. Thought we could get most of it assembled in here, but we can't get the bottom cone part in over the top there without going outside. We got these little leg extensions with it. If it didn't come with those, we'd easily be able to set it up. Yeah, it might actually stand 17 feet tall with these stands on the bottom. We're getting the tank attached to the legs now. Just get these carriage bolts. Stick through there. And now I have to bend this in. Put 2 more bolts in each strap. Attaching this bottom to the cone here. Okay. We want to be able to get in underneath this with a pallet or a wheelbarrow, whatever. So one side here, we're gonna move the support bar up, get it out of the way. I mean, how high are we allowed to put it, I guess is the question. We kept this just high enough that I can walk underneath it without hitting my head on here. If I grow at all, we'll be in trouble.
Go over here and help me.
We did everything that we can do inside the shop. Bring everything outside now. We gotta bolt this on top of the cone there and put the rest of the ladder on once it's together. Brought it out to the commodity barn. It's kind of windy today. I guess we'll just try and lift it straight up over and push it off into place. Make sure we have the lid spun the right direction. We want the lid to flip up this way. Got it hooked on this side. He's backing out now. I think this will work.
Gotta be pushed over though.
It's the next day here. We're gonna get this bin finished up. And a load of hay just showed up, so we're gonna unload that first. Wind died down, so it'll be a little nicer to work outside. We had to drill holes through there to bolt the top to the bottom. Got most of the way around. There's just 5 more bolts to put in here. We buy grass hay for the dry cows and heifers and a little bit in the milking cow batch as well. Get it chopped up then. I got all those bolts in now. Went around a second time, tighten them up. I think we're good there. So now we're gonna get the rest of this ladder set on. It goes all the way up to the top. And we'll be ready to put it in place then. I got the upper ladder attached to the lower one, but now there's some bracing. I think we might have to lay the tank over to do that because we're gonna have to be able to get inside to push the bolt through from the inside out. And I'm not sure that's possible from this angle. To drill all these holes in the bin, I guess they won't leak. These are all carriage bolts. And I guess when they're tightened, it's like a gasket, this poly tank. The spot that would probably worry me the most is these right here. There's a rubber gasket on these washers. Guess if we think we're getting water in the feed, we'll have to caulk these up. We're gonna bring it over to the grass so we can lay it down a little softer spot. The bin's pretty tough. I don't think we'll hurt anything. He's gonna get his bucket and stay on that side, and then I'm gonna be able to lift it. It's not too heavy. I can get it started tipping over, and then he'll just guide it down.
And I'll tighten it up right away.
We got these two supports on there. Attached them right through the bin. Now there's just one more rail that goes up here through the plastic. Now we just got to move it into place, and we're going to fasten it to the concrete. I'll find a spot right around here for it, near the new heifer barn. I think we're going to set it right here, kind of back behind the barn here, out of the wind a little bit. We want to put an ag bag here again in the spring, but should have space for this. It's probably good. We wanted to set it up that we're pulling feed out of this side. We'll be able to get grain straight out every day for the youngest heifers. We want to get some sort of tote, either build something or buy something that we could fill up here and then haul up to the calf barn, set it in there for the young calves. So we want to be able to get the skid loader in the front of it, even with an ag bag sitting right here. We want to fasten it to the concrete. Once it's full, it'll be pretty solid, but it gets a little bit empty and the wind's whipping through here. You wouldn't want it blowing away. It's not that heavy. Just got a single hole right in the middle of each of these plates. Fasten her down. I guess I have to mark these and move the bin a little bit.
All right, it's a nice feeling. The bin's all done, fastened. The calf feed's coming this afternoon. Eric's gonna go up and put the rope over for the lid. Blue sky. And I'll pull it, see if it works.
Okay, go ahead. It's kind of nice, you can just pull the rope down there and open the lid. You have to come back up here, I think, though, to close it. And there's no latch. We might want to have some sort of strap here or something to make sure the lid doesn't pop open. The wind goes the right direction. We're gonna get feed delivered in an auger truck now. We'll get 3 tons at a time. This will hold about 3.5 ton. So we can order it once it's getting pretty low. We'll be able to fit 3 more ton in. Looks like we got some feed being delivered now. Feed truck's just leaving. That took him about 10 minutes, if that. I was just working at sanding down this mantle a little bit. We want to get this into the house so we can get it fastened to the wall. Basically just sanding off the splinters and pointy edges, but it's, for the most part, I want to leave it rough like this. It's nice, you can see through the bin pretty easily there. You'll be able to tell when it's getting emptier. We've been raising some more half Angus calves lately, so feeding extra calves. We were buying a lot of calf feed, getting bags almost every week, getting another ton. So we looked into what we would save going bulk like this. We should be able to save about $100 a month this way, so the bin will pay for itself in 2 years. And it should make my job easier. I just gotta make a phone call and they'll bring it over, deliver it. We don't have to worry about picking it up. Morning and evening we use grain for these youngest calves. We use a 5-gallon bucket or 2 depending on the age of them. So we should be able to fill 5-gallon buckets out of this. Either that or a wheelbarrow or something. We'll have to figure out the easiest way to do that. I just dropped the mantle off in the house there. He's gonna work it, getting that figured out then. They're working at the trim carpentry right now. My dad just went and picked up a couple pieces of 3/4 inch plywood. I got a pallet over here. So I wanna build a little tote type thing to move calf feed up to the calf barn from the bin. We look at some plastic totes online that would work really well, but until we buy them and ship them here, it gets a little expensive. So we could probably build something that'll last a long time. I'm gonna go down to the bin with the tape measure and measure the clearance we have to make sure we don't make it too tall. So it's 40 inches to the bottom of this metal piece. I guess I'll make it 36 inches tall. Just wanna make sure I don't make it too tall that it's hard to reach over. I don't think that'll be too bad. First, I'll just cut a piece here to cover the pallet and then we'll build 4 sides on it. It'll be 48 by 40, I think. I decided to make it 34 inches tall, that way I can split this last piece in half, use all this wood up. Plus I think it might get a little too tall. Reaching over this.
Oh yeah.
I was thinking maybe get a flat shovel. It's kind of a shorter handle that you could, once it's getting emptier, you wouldn't have to climb inside, then you could just fill your bucket up.
Right.
Now I'm wondering if I shouldn't have built my own house. Pretty much the same thing, just a lot bigger. Just gotta fasten the sides to the bottom now. It ended up being 33 and a half. I think that's plenty tall. Cut strips of plywood, kind of tie the top and bottom together. I think I'm gonna cut some pieces of metal here, bend them, just to put some extra strength on the corners. We need this to be able to hold up for a long time. Right now it seems pretty solid with big screws in here, but it won't hurt to have some extra strength there. I'm wrapping up the day here, pushing in the feed for the heifers. So these youngest ones are in transition out of grain into the forage. Want to use the new bin right now, see if we can get some grain out of there. Hoping we can fill 5-gallon buckets out here without spilling it. Gonna need a stand of some sort here to keep the bucket closer to the spout there. Not sure if that's gonna be enough. Yeah, I need to have this bucket sitting up higher. Maybe a wheelbarrow would be nicer. Just gonna bend them all like this. I think I figured out the best way to do it. We got the box finished up. Just put these metal pieces on here. Thought it would strengthen it. Carriage bolts so it won't catch anything on the inside. We're not gonna have to fill it up this week. We had a few bags left. They're still in the calf barn. Next week we'll have to fill it up at the bin and haul it up to the calf barn. This video took place over a whole week. So I kind of like filming kind of every day throughout the week, whatever's going on. Just working at projects or whatever. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Okay, see you guys in the next one.